Welcome into DC On Screen, where we talk about the DC Comics multiverse on film and television. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. Jason Goss has yet to see the Batman and won't be able to for another day or so, I'm told. So we decided I should go ahead with a very quick, spoiler-free review on the film, and then we'll come back and do a proper spoiler-filled episode and really hash it out when he's seen it. So I've literally been home from the theater for about an hour, still trying to wrap my head around my thoughts. Fair warning, I might change my mind. I often sour on a film after I've had time to think about it. I also often dislike a film and slowly come to love it in time. But first out of the gate, I do want to say I think the acting was absolutely top-notch across the board. I've said before on this show that I thought there were some comedic moments in that second trailer that fell flat, and I see now that's because they weren't really meant to be funny, so I wound up being pretty great with that, honestly. The cinematography, absolutely gorgeous in the film. At times, it feels like a noir live-action anime. The color choices, the framing, everything very much works. Michael Giacchino's music, majestic. It's wonderful. When it tears itself away from the dun 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 dun, which is, Batman's theme. I get it, but my God, they played it so much in this movie. I felt like I was going to go mad, which there's a lot of movie. It feels a little overlong for me. It feels a bit bloated. The pacing is very slow. There were things that they seemed to be setting up that never got paid off. I was disappointed by that. I was also disappointed that the hype, that this was going to be such a unique take on Batman, I just didn't see that any of that was really true. Reeves and a lot of other people have been touting that he's a detective for the first time in live action here, but I honestly didn't see him do much more than Affleck in the Ultimate Edition of BVS. Where he's trying to figure out, who the white Portuguese is and tracking down kryptonite and all that. We've got him solving riddles in this. Dude, Val Kilmer did that in Batman Forever. And let's not short shrift Keaton, even though he did it off screen. I mean, he did figure out those cosmetic mixtures that were killing everybody in 89. So, I didn't see a lot of, difference. I really liked the fight scenes. This film for me doesn't beat the warehouse fight in BVS, but it beats every damn other Batman film by a mile as far as the fight scenes are concerned. So I think one of my minuses is that I never really felt at all connected to Bruce or Batman. Like when Matt Reeves was talking in all the interviews about him being a reckless rock star that was inspired by Kurt Cobain, I was thinking he'd have more depth, but he really just kind of acted like a disaffected 90s kid who listened to too much grunge, probably. And that's not Pattinson's fault. That's the writing and direction, or maybe the editing. I wasn't feeling this version of Bruce necessarily. Just because I didn't feel like there was a lot there. So all in all, I think this one is currently a real mixed bag for me. There was a lot to love. Zoe Kravitz was just phenomenal. Best on-screen Catwoman, in my opinion. Paul Dano was fantastic as the Riddler and very, very, very creepy. Jeffrey Wright, my God, one of, if not the best live action Commissioner Gordons we've gotten. I mean, he's got a meaty part in this, and man, he just knocks it out of the park. That dude's got more charisma. That guy's got so much charisma, he's got enough for him and Pattinson, honestly. And Pattinson's actually really damn good in the role. Like, as Batman, see, he just hasn't figured out how to be Bruce yet in a lot of ways. But wasn't quite buying what they were giving me. Anyway, so look, there was a lot to love. Love a lot of the gadgets, Batmobile, Bat Cycle, cool contact lenses. You'll see. But I was also bored a huge chunk of the time. And despite what they say, I don't think Reeves reinvented the wheel here in any real way. It's a pretty good Batman film, elevated especially by solid acting, stellar cinematography, and inspired set design. And I am currently passing out as I'm recording, so I'm going to hit upload and go to bed. Jason and I will be back in a few days, and I'll be letting the movie sink in more. We'll have us a discussion. And speaking of, what did you think of the movie? DCOnscreen@gmail.com to let us know, and we'll answer you on the show. You can also reach us at DC on Screen on Twitter. Until next time, keep some DC on your screen.